I'm gonna put you guys up here. I can get you to stay. I'm just kind of showing you what's going on down in here, and that way you can see me. Scoot you over a little closer. Alright. So, I'm getting ready to put my carrier in. And with that said, a couple things here. One, you need to make sure your holes are clean of debris and looking pretty. Two, your caps. Make sure these things are really clean, A. And B, make sure, for goodness sake, make sure they stay on the same side. You want them to stay on the same side. You want to make sure that you're clean up in here and your holes, you know, I mean, the whole 9 yards here, guys, especially on your flush mounts here. Now, when I talk about dirt and debris, if you look, I did that, just clean up in here. Look right there. That little bit of crud can screw this thing all up. I probably shouldn't be doing that ever. So I'm going to clean that up before I actually get it all the way in. It's not that bad. I think I can even take a straw in here and just dig it out with a straw. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but if that was carbon built up in there, it would have been problematic. Make sure your threads are real good and clean. I am going to use some Loctite on this just to be sure. I'm going to be a little aggressive with it. So I'm going to lay this cap over here. I'm going to just know that it's there. That one's in the box. I've already looked at that one. We're good there. Now, what I am going to do, take me a little bit of oil. I mean, very light coating. You don't need a lot here. Keep it clean. You know? So I'm going to go on the inside, and you're going to need it in this area. And I can feel something in there, so I just wipe that out. That could have been from my finger, the threads or whatever. It's out now, so I don't have to worry about it. You can see, I mean, how clean you want to keep it. And I've had this thing sitting outside in a bucket, for God's sake, so keep it clean, guys. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to do. Now what we're going to do, all we got to do is set that carrier that we just got the bearings in on. Just need to toss that sucker in there. No, you don't want to just throw it in there. You know, get your races on there, and slowly you'll see the races kind of go into place. Now, when your caps are on, zero clearance. When your caps are on, it holds all this stuff into place, so you're not so worried about it. You see how it slides around in there? That's all those things do. They just make sure that the caps. Now, same thing with the caps. Put some oil on them. Make sure they're good and clean. Oop, there went my glove. Man, I'm such a panty waste. Oh, I almost forgot. Blue Loctite. Dabble, little dabble, do you? Hold that. I know, it's supposed to let it dry and all that kind of crazy stuff. I'm kind of getting tired of doing these videos, guys, and like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not that guy. But I don't mind doing a little instructional, because I think this is an area people need help at. And for whatever reason this goes well, I'll move on to something else. Now I'm just getting these in by hand. Now I want to make sure, I mean, I can run them down with my impact, sure. I can run them down with my socket, sure. I want to run them by hand. And there's a reason for this. The reason is that adjusting cap on the end. Because I'm telling you, I've tried to do this a couple thousand times on different types of rear ends here. So you want it in there and just kind of a little loose. But to get that thing started in there, it is a pain in the ass. And I know that this one went to that side. Yay. So the top of my bolts are looking pretty clean, but after seeing that one, just be on the safe side. Right, since I already got them out, I was paying attention. Some oil on the inside there. Mess me up. Alright, I'll Loctite on these, call it a day. Shitty Loctite. These are a little bit closer. On the other side. I know that these are the sides that go. Or no, I know these. Now, you notice I got this carrier sitting upside down. Well, I got it sitting upside down because you want it sitting upside down for this. Just makes it easier. So I got that one down by hand. I'm going to start putting this in. Reverse threads on that one, I think. Let's see if I'm being an idiot. I'm being an idiot. I told you, these guys, man, these things are like a fucking bitch to put in. So, there we go. I'm threading now. And once you get threading, once you got it threading, go ahead and hand tighten. Back and forth, side to side. But check, make sure that you can still spin here. Big thing. Same thing with this side. Pass that. Now that little thin little socket that I had to pick up might be good for it. I know, I should probably use ARP studs and blah blah. I mean, I'm not gonna be out on the track beating the shit out of this thing. I'm not. And if I say that I am, I'm just kind of lying to myself and you guys. This is supposed to be just a street application. I don't know where this it is, but again, that thing, oh man, it needs to be only for race cars. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna get on the street and we'll find out, man. I'll definitely let you guys know if it's made for a streetable application or not. Okay. So, just about. Why isn't this spinning? Because I'm sitting on the yoke. That's why. Oh my god. You get everything together in there. That's a doozy. Fuck. There's somebody at home laughing at me. I don't care. Holy shit. Alright, so give myself more clearance, I guess. You've done how many of these? Apparently not enough. Alright, so I still got some crap in this ring. The other one I didn't. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I can find my Brickle clean. So the threads on this one, they are regular threads too. This is what I know. I know I've set these things up a couple different times, and a couple times I have set them up. They have been ridiculous as far as clearance goes. And what I mean by that is ridiculous as far as clearance goes. When it comes to the side caps, and I've like tightened these down and put them at like a lower spec than what they should be at. Let's get this carrier just thread this on. And I try to thread them in at just like a partial torque, like 30 or something like that. And the damn things, they don't go. They don't thread in. And I've seen some guys like lay these in and then put the caps on it, but when you do that, you like have the possibility. I just get it, you little bastard. I told you, little fuck nuts. Why am I keeping on here? Just recording the way I am. The reason I'm recording the way I'm in. There we go. They finally got that bastard in now. Okay, see. Now, we know, come on people. We know, and we know. Alright, this is where my handy dandy little spinner wrench here is going to come into play. I don't imagine. Nope. See, they're not. So, I gotta get that to move. I'm getting close. I didn't even loosen my spinner wrench, I just smacked it on the ground to get it a closer clearance. I'm kind of giggling about it, the way I'm doing it. Hey, there we go. Alright, now, what you need to do is start walking these things together. Oh, the reason I'm not still recording is recording the way I am. I want you guys to see the trials and tribulations that I'm having. I mean, this is like a no joke thing here. Oh, we're getting close. And the last thing that I want to do is give you guys the impression that, hey, everything's all fine and dandy. It's not. These things, they can be a little troublesome. They can get frustrating at times, like right now. I'm frustrated because I can't find my hole, just put some hair at the end. But, see, now I'm at a zero clearance here. What I need to do is I need to make sure this side's good and tight. So I know that I'm good and tight up in here. I'm gonna come back here, loosen it up, tighten it up. And now what I'm doing, because I have, ooh, we hear that, guys? That's close. That's real close. I'm going to set up my adjuster here in just a second. But once you get to this point, then you can start, you know, torquing stuff down. Some things here, the bolts here and the sides of it. You don't want to do that yet. You gotta make sure that this thing's, and that's a good. That feels like a good mesh. There's just a little bit there, a little bit of play. Is it the is, what would I say there, 8? Whatever I said there. 6.5. I'm gonna have to get back in the video. Whatever that is. It's 6.5. Hey! See, I know I'm not torquing these bolts here. I'm just picking these up. I'll show you. All right. See, I can still turn these. That one's real loose. I'm having trouble getting in there because of that bolt. Now, I'm not trying to crank on these. I just want to make sure that they're down good enough. I don't know, I'm not going to have any problem with it. So, I'm not locking. You don't lock anything down right away. You just get it in there to where you know it's good. And once you know it's typically good, then you move on with the rest of it. I got just a little bit of clearance. One thing you want to check for at this point is make sure your spinner wrench here, you can still move these. That's a big thing. So this is where the torques come in, as far as torquing these things down. See, now I moved it. That's a real tight clearance. But I got these tied up here. Enough. Do I got them real tight? No. But they're flush, you know, so everything's flush down here. Move up there. Everything's flush right here. And I know it's kind of snug at this point. Now what I want to do, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my gauge set up here. And once I get my gauge set up here, then we'll get back at it. I'm going to pause it, see if I can't pause this thing. I don't think you can pause the live video, but okay, so I'll shoot a number 14 and I guess maybe a 15 too. But this is the point where you want to be at to start setting this. And like I said, you just work it back and forth, nice and slow. Take your time with it, for God's sakes. Don't drop anything and don't get frustrated. Be diligent about it. So I'm gonna get my gauge set up so we know where our gap clearances is. I'm going to go ahead, and you guys aren't going to see this, but I'm going to let you know when I'm doing it. I'm going to torque these down to 35 foot-pounds. I think the spec on them 65. I will double check that. That's another reason I'm stopping the video. But I am going to torque these down, pre-torque them to like 30. Reason? Well, we want these kind of tight, but not so tight to where it won't move these, and that's why I said they won't move. And then you kind of go through the motions, and then we'll go through it again. So we're getting pretty close here. I mean, it's all together, and by God, is that close. It's looking good, boys. It's looking good. So hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun to play with out on the street, and nothing crazy dangerous, but we'll find out. Thanks. I'll see you next video.